I worked an event with over 2,000 people, and here is what disqualified most buyers. It wasn't a money problem, it was a document problem. I saw the same missing paperwork come up over and over again, and it stopped people from getting qualified on the spot. So, in this video, I want to show you the exact documents most buyers didn't have ready so you can avoid delays and move forward through the process with confidence. Most people think getting qualified is all about income and credit and how much cash you have, but in reality, underwriting is about proof. Underwriters aren't just taking your word for it. They need documentation that shows that you can truly afford the home you want to buy. And if this part feels confusing or overwhelming, that's completely normal. Let me give you a real example. There was a hairstylist at the event who was self employed with a strong, loyal clientele. She easily brought home around 5,000, 6,000 a month. The problem wasn't her income, it was about how the income was documented. Between cash apps, Venmo payments, and moving money around that didn't match her bank statements, the numbers weren't lining up clearly. On top of that, her deductions she was taking every year made her taxable income look much lower than what she was actually earning. And in the underwriting world, that can be a major issue. If that can't be clearly verified on paper, it's going to slow things down and stop the approval altogether. What I want you to take from this story is this: your income has to be documented. That means making sure your money is flowing through your bank account consistently, not just Cash App here, Venmo there, and a scattered deposits that don't tell a clear story. If you're self employed, you also want to be realistic on your deductions. Yes, deductions are helpful, but if you're planning on buying a home soon, you need to talk to your tax preparer or your CPA and let them know your goal is home ownership, not just writing everything off as possible. Because in underwriting, what matters is what you can prove on paper. Now, if you're a W 2 employee working for a company, this is usually much simpler. Your employer deposits your paycheck directly into your bank account. And at the beginning of the year, they usually issue a W 2. So your income is already clearly documented, and the qualification process tends to be much more straightforward. These are the documents most people didn't have ready. First is income proof. Underwriters typically want to see your most recent W 2s from the last 2 years because they're looking for a steady pattern of employment. They also want to see recent pay stubs, usually from the last 30 to 90 days, to confirm that what you're earning right now matches what is being reported. This is one of the fastest ways to build trust in underwriting, showing consistent income and consistent work history. Next is bank statements, and this one trips up a lot of people. When your loan officer asks for bank statements, they need to be complete, meaning every page, even the blank pages. If pages are missing or cut off, it's automatically a red flag, and you usually have to resubmit everything. Also, if you have large deposits, you need to be prepared to explain where that money is coming from, because underwriting doesn't just want to see money, they want to see a clear paper trail. Third is tax returns. If you're self employed or you have a side income like businesses, freelance work, or even consistent gig income, your tax returns need to reflect that. Underwriters look for consistency, and inconsistent filing can make your income look unstable, even if you're doing really well. So, if you're planning to buy soon, make sure your tax returns are filed on time and accurately, because for many buyers, this is the foundation of your approval. Fourth, employment gaps and job changes. If you had multiple job changes, long gaps in employment, or income looks inconsistent with no explanation, underwriting can go on high alert. They are looking for stability, steady work, steady income, and a clear timeline. If you're self employed, stability can look a little different, but the key is the same. Your income needs to look consistent and explainable on paper. And last, documentation. Documentation, organization. The truth is, underwriting can be stressful even when everything is going smoothly. But being organized makes a huge difference. Keeping your documents properly saved, clearly labeled, and easy to access on Google Drive or iCloud can save you so much frustration, delays back and forth, because a lot of approvals don't fall apart because people don't qualify. They fall apart because people can't produce the documents quick enough. And honestly, I want to say this clearly. Most people who got delayed were not underqualified. They were just unprepared. Underwriting is not always about whether you're good enough to buy a home. It's about whether your file makes sense on paper and whether every single piece matches the story you're telling. So let me give you the biggest takeaway from the 2000 person event. If you're planning to buy a home in the next 6 to 12 months, your goal right now should be to be a clean file buyer. This means everything is organized, everything is consistent, and nothing is confusing to the person reviewing your loan. Because here's what underwriting is really asking. Can we verify this? Can we trace this? Does this look stable? And if the answer is yes, the process is so much smoother. Now, I want to give you a quick practical checklist that you can literally start this week, even if you're not ready to buy tomorrow. First, create a home buyer folder, Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, whatever you use. But make sure the folder says home purchase. And inside it, create subfolders like income, taxes, bank statements, IDs, and other. And every time you get a document, drop it in there. This alone can save you from so much stress later. Second, keep your bank account clean. Try not to do a bunch of random transfers, cash deposits, or mystery money moving around right before you apply. If you do receive money like a gift or a reimbursement or support from a family member, document it. A quick paper trail can make the difference in between a smooth approval and a frustrating delay. Third, if you're self-employed, and this is important, pay yourself consistently. Even if your income varies from month to month, underwriting likes to see a pattern and they like to see clean records. So talk to your CPA, let them know you're planning to buy a home. You just don't want to accidentally write off everything and then everything on paper looks unprofitable when it's time to qualify. Fourth, and this is simple, but it matters. Don't ignore requests from your loan officer. Even if it feels repetitive, even if it feels like I already sent that, underwriters often ask for updated versions, cleaner copies, or missing pages. And the faster you respond, the faster your file moves. Now, I also want to say this with love because I know how discouraging the home buying process can feel. If you ever applied and felt like, why is this so hard? Why are they asking for so much? You're not alone. It's not personal, it's procedural. And the good news is, once when you understand that, what they're looking for, you can prepare and walk through the process confident instead of anxious. So if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I need to get myself together before I apply, that is literally the smartest thing you can do. This is how home buyers win, not by being perfect, but by being prepared. If this video helped you, go ahead, save it, share it with someone who's looking to buy, and let me know in the comments. Are you W-2, self-employed, or somewhere in between? Also, join us over on Substack and learn more about buying in Charleston. And until next time, guys, bye.